Recently, I've made some reactions to individuals talking about their experiences living in Germany, and to be honest, they've been overwhelmingly positive. A lot of the people come from the USA, they move to Germany, and they just have a newfound appreciation for life. Just everything in Germany seems to impress them. And for me, who secondhand gets to experience these things through these videos, it's been absolutely so enjoyable. I've loved finding out about Germany. It just looks like a fantastic place to live.
Let's just jump right into this with number one. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm going to go back to the States or if I'm going to go back to the States. And that's basically the reason why I'm making this video, because from my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States. I've gotten a taste of something different, and this is not to say that the United States is, you know, just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and the reasons why I really love Germany and want to stay in Germany or in Europe. So, number one is safety. I find the safety here in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City, but I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets. Obviously, you know, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that you just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area of New York, I just feel like I have to, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number two.
Yeah, tell me what you think about that. I know that people's opinions can be different. When you come from another country, go to another country, the opinions can be very different from the local people. So she has a more positive experience. Obviously, she's comparing it to New York, which I guess has been known to be high in crime. I guess it's got better over the last couple of decades, but maybe she's comparing to US, it's very safe compared to that. But if you're from Germany, do you agree with that? Do you think Germany's a very safe place to live? Does it vary? I'm guessing it must vary between the cities and smaller towns. Like, I would imagine Berlin's probably got higher crime than a town in a kind of outer reach of Germany. It's like similar for me being from the UK. I came to Malaysia and I feel 100% safe here. I can walk anywhere and just feel safe. But when I talk to local people from here in Malaysia and tell them how I feel, they can't believe that I go to certain places and feel that comfortable. Like, they're very, very afraid of crime, and they think there's a lot of crime here. But me coming from Glasgow, I feel more like safe here than probably Glasgow, even though Glasgow's fine also. But tell me from a German perspective what you think about the safety in Germany.
It's actually quite easy to go back to New York from Germany. Normally I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family, so it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number three.
Yeah, I think that's the great thing with the kind of technological advancements that we live with today. I moved to Asia 10 years ago, and even in that 10 years, things have changed a lot with regards to being able to contact family and friends in the UK. When I moved, I used to just email them things. Now you can just FaceTime, WhatsApp call like straight away and talk. I used to use Skype and stuff. It was like quite a bad connection here and there. Now it's perfect. So actually living abroad is very easy now. For me, it's a bit different now. It's 14 hours from Malaysia to UK, so it is quite far. So I only get to go home one time per year for Christmas, but it's still quite okay. But tell me if you're from Germany or you're a foreigner living in Germany, how you find that? Is it difficult or easy to actually live in another place?
3. Germany is very, very family friendly. I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, you know, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, you know, everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home after school or even walk to school. And if they have to because of circumstances, like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works. And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations. So I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The 4th thing.
Yeah, tell me what you think about that. If you have kids or you have family members who are young children, is it safe for children? That is one problem here in Malaysia. It's just not with regards to safety, but it's not very child friendly. A lot of people live in condos and apartment blocks here. If you live in houses, they're just not very suitable for children to go out and play. The parks are very sparse and not very near houses and things like that. It's not great for bringing up a child. That's why me and my wife have a 3-year-old son and a baby who's just been born. So we're actually thinking about moving potentially later in the year to another destination. Could be back to UK. Australia is one option, but Germany definitely is somewhere I would consider. So tell me what you think it's like to actually bring up a child in Germany. Is it a good place? With regards to schooling, I made another video about that, but also just for general happiness of children, how they can live their life. Is it fun? There's a lot of things for children to do and things.
Why I would not leave Germany is the school system. The school system in Germany is really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is, in Germany, you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states. It's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the 5th thing is...
Yeah, that is one reason we're thinking about moving, because in Malaysia it's similar to US, where actually you have to pay for everything: primary school, high school, university, all costs. And it can be quite expensive. Even if you're looking at going to a private school or international school, it can be quite crazy, the cost. That's one reason we're considering going back to UK. In Scotland, it's similar to Germany, where everything's free, including university. It takes so much off your mind when you don't have to focus, or you don't have to think about children's education fees and things like that. And after watching other videos about this German school system, it seems like a great school system. And yeah, German people just seem educated and well-adjusted people, and yeah, that would be a big selling point for me to move to Germany. Tell me what you think about that also.
Is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mention is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive, I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again, don't quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck, and it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. This is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of like pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets, that their streets are so perfect and always perfect? How does it not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, normally, I mean, like, New York, shame on you. The streets, shame on you. The streets in New York, they're ghetto. I'm not even kidding. The potholes in New York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole, your whole car.
I guess that's similar to here in Malaysia
Germany,
as well.
Those things are taken care of. So number 6 would...
Yeah, that's interesting. And also tell me how things have been over the last year or two. I'm not sure when this video was made, but things could have changed over the last year. Like, inflation around the world has sent the cost of goods like quite crazy. The cost of energy bills and things like that, especially with this war in Ukraine. Tell me if you notice an increase in the cost of living in Germany. Is it becoming unaffordable? Are you still able to have this good quality of life that she mentions? I'd be very interested to know how that's changed over the last 12 months.
Would it be nature? Coming from Long Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, you know, mountains and the Alps and things like that, it really just puts me personally like in a peaceful mindset to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. Yeah,
that's what I thought before, because before I made this channel, and one of the reasons I made this channel is because Germany was a country for consideration for us to move to, and I wanted to learn more about Germany. And one of the things I thought about Germany being good is it's similar to Malaysia in Asia, where the location of the country itself is great for traveling. Like here in Malaysia, it's really central of Southeast Asia. You can travel to Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia very easily. I thought that was the same with Germany as well. You know, you can travel to Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium, different countries so easy. But after watching the videos about Germany itself and the locations within Germany, I thought you wouldn't even need to leave Germany. You can travel so many different places. It's got the mountains, got the beautiful old cities, the beautiful modern cities, all these very unique different states and locations around Germany that you could actually not travel outside Germany for a couple of years and just travel within Germany and still see so many different types of places. But living so close to that, as she says, it would be so amazing. Like, just going hiking one weekend, going seeing these different things. It's so great for your mind and for your spirit and your happiness. That's a big thing for me actually as well.
The last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that's actually, when I was talking about the travel there, that's something I never mentioned, is the affordability of it. That's similar to here in Malaysia. You get Air Asia flights, you can travel around Asia, and it's very reasonably priced. And I love traveling too. That's a big part of my life. I love to travel to different countries and experience different cultures and places. For it to be affordable, that's a very important thing, because you don't want to be going crazy spending all your money just to travel to one place and here and there. You want to travel and experience as many different places as possible. So that as well with traveling within Germany. And I know you get things like the intercity rail, where you can travel around Europe for relatively cheap. Being a football fan, what I really want to do, my ambition is to travel to different football stadiums around Europe and see different matches. Again, you can do that just in Germany. There's so many huge teams with amazing supports and amazing stadiums as well. But tell me if you take advantage of that. Do you travel around Germany and visit all these wonderful places? How often do you travel to these locations outside of Germany, these other countries that I mentioned? But again, I love watching these videos and these type of videos and seeing people's experiences and what makes them happy about living in Germany. It makes me, again, very eager to actually experience that also, whether it's for a holiday or to actually live there. Tell me what you think. How easy is it for someone from another country to move to Germany? Where would you look for a job? What's the sort of resources for that type of thing? But tell me what you think about this video. Thanks.